Have you ever noticed that summer can feel like both a fresh start and a total disruption at the same time? On one hand, the days are longer, the weather pulls us outside, and there are more opportunities to walk, garden, swim, travel, visit family, or just sit outside in the evening. But on the other hand, routines can get a little messy. Meals may be less predictable, sleep can shift, there may be more social events, more snacks, more heat, more travel, more I'll get back to that habit next week move moments. Sometimes people think, well, summer's busy, so I guess my wellness routine is just going to fall apart for a while. Today, I want to offer a different way to think about it. What if summer does not have to pull you away from your healthy habits? What if summer actually gives you a few natural advantages? Because healthy habits do not have to mean adding more to your plate. Sometimes the better question is, what is this season already making easier? That's what we're going to talk about today. A lot of people feel like wellness has to be this very structured things: meal plans, workouts, supplement schedules, trackers, goals, alarms, steps, measurements, all of it. Those tools can be helpful. There's nothing wrong with structure, but real life does not always cooperate with structure, now does it? Especially in summer. You may have family visiting, you may be traveling, you may be at the lake, the beach, a campsite, the backyard, the patio, or just trying to keep up with a different rhythm. As we get older, our bodies also tend to become less forgiving when we ignore the basics. Maybe you notice you do not bounce back quite as easily after a long day outside. Maybe you feel a little more stiff if you sit too long. Maybe hydration, sleep, digestion, or energy feel easier thrown off than they used to. That's not a reason to feel discouraged. It's just a reminder that the basics matter more than ever. Here's the encouraging part: summer naturally supports several of those habits. The key insight for today is this: your body responds well to rhythm, and summer can help you build rhythm in a very natural way. Not a perfect routine, not a strict plan, a rhythm. There's a difference. A strict routine says, I failed if I do not do it exactly right. A rhythm says, I can come back to the next small healthy choice. That is such an important mindset, especially for long term wellness. Think about what summer naturally encourages. It encourages more light, more movement, more fresh food, more time outside, more connection, more awareness of thirst, more reasons to get up and do something. Those are not small things. Light really helps signal wakefulness and supports a healthier daily rhythm. Movement keeps joints, muscles, circulation, balance, and mobility engaged. Fresh foods like fruits, salads, grilled vegetables, and simple meals can make easy, light meals and more colorful as well. And connection matters too. Walking with a friend, sitting outside with family, engaging in activity, or going to a community event all support wellness in ways that are not always measured on a chart. Sometimes we overlook these things because they feel too simple, but simple is not the same as ineffective. Small habits compound. A 10-minute walk after dinner may not feel dramatic today, but done often, it supports mobility, digestion, circulation, and consistency. Starting the day with water may not feel like a major wellness breakthrough, but over time, it helps you stay more aware of hydration and its importance. before you feel depleted. Choosing protein at breakfast may not seem exciting, but it can support steadier energy, muscle maintenance, and better snack choices later in the day. That is already the point. Summer wellness does not have to be doing more. It can be about noticing what is already available and learning and really leaning into it with intention. So let's talk about a few simple ways to do that. First, use the longer daylight to create a morning or evening anchor. This does not have to be complicated. It could be 5 minutes outside with your coffee, a slow walk around the block, watering your plants, stretching on the patio, sitting in the light before the day gets busy. The light and movement help tell your body, we are awake, we're starting the day. Or in the evening, it can help you wind down instead of staying stuck in the rush of the day. Second, make hydration visible. In the summer, we often think about hydration only after we feel thirsty, but thirst can lag behind, especially if you're sweating, walking, gardening, or if you're spending some time in the heat. So keep water where you can see it, in the car, on the counter, in your bag, next to your desk, beside your chair. You do not have to obsess over it, just make it easier to remember. Third, pair movement with something you already enjoy. This is where summer can really help. Walk while you talk on the phone. Stretch after gardening. Take a slow evening walk after dinner. Park a little farther away at the farmer's market. Play outside with the dogs for 10 minutes instead of only watching from the chair. Movement does not always have to look like exercise. Sometimes it just looks like living in a more active way. Fourth, keep simple summer food anchors. When routines are loose, anchors help. Maybe your anchor is protein at breakfast. Maybe it's a big salad a few times a week. Maybe it's a fruit washed and ready in the fridge. Maybe it's keeping simple snacks nearby so you don't end up running on caffeine and whatever's easy. Healthy eating does not have to be fancy. It just has to be repeatable. And fifth, protect your recovery. This is one easy step to skip in the summer because we want to say yes to everything, but rest still matters big time. If you are more active outside more often, traveling or around more people, your body still needs time to recover. That might mean going to bed a little earlier after a full day, taking a slower morning, stretching before you sleep, or giving yourself permission to choose the simpler version of the plan. That counts too. Now, when it comes to product support, I always like to keep this in perspective. No product replaces healthy habits, but the right supportive tool can make your habits easier to maintain. For example, some people like having an electrolyte drink on hand. In the summer, especially when you're sweating more or spending longer stretches outside. Others find that a simple protein shake or smoothie helps them stay more consistent when meals are unpredictable. The goal is not to chase a quick fix. The goal is to support the habits you're already trying to build: hydration, nourishment, energy, movement, and recovery. So as you move through this summer, I would encourage you to ask yourself one simple question. What is one healthy habit this season is that I can already make easier for me? Maybe it's walking more. Maybe it's drinking more water. Maybe it's eating more fresh foods. Maybe it's getting outside. Maybe it's reconnecting with people you love. Start there. I would love to hear from you. What is one summer wellness habit that feels doable for you right now? Drop it in the comments, or if you are not sure where to start, just say summer, and I can share a few simple ideas with you. Remember, wellness does not have to get more complicated to be meaningful. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is notice the opportunity that is already right in front of you and take the next small step. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next wellness show. Bye for now.